Holy fucking shit. How is this series so fucking popular? It makes no sense. Like, no. You know what? I'm just gonna get right to it. This is why I think GTA is overrated as fuck. Grand Theft Auto, like, series. First of all, not to sound, I, I'm just gonna list my first reason why I just hate this series and why I think it's overrated as fuck. I hate games that are in the form of sandbox games that you basically have to run around through an entire shitty ass fucking city, which in every single one of these games, I'm pretty sure there's a shitty ass city. Vice City might be like Miami or something like that. I don't know. I played GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, and GTA 4. I haven't played any of the other ones, and I don't have any interest in playing them. I played enough to know about the series, and I really, this and Saints Row are like fucking overrated as fuck. Like, serious, this and Saints Row. But, god damn, what the fuck? Like, it's such, okay, I'm old school. I prefer linear games. I don't care. I do prefer linear games. I like, from back to the 16-bit era with like Sega Genesis, Super NES. I prefer like the 16-bit side scrollers, the platforming games, Sonic, Mega Man, all those. Even Mega Man was like a little more, but it was still like, it wasn't as big as like GTA. Like, seriously, like, these games are like so open, like, to a point where it's just like, fuck, man. It's like, I just want to get from point A to point B. I don't feel like doing all this other bullshit. I don't feel like talking to people in a fucking video game. I don't feel like doing all these stupid ass side missions and stuff like that. That's another reason why I hated RPGs too. All these fucking side quests that you have to do. Oh, you have to, like, I remember I was playing Zelda Twilight Princess, and like in the beginning of the game I had to do something. I had to like walk these horses or something like that. I had to like race. I don't know. It was like some game with the horses or something like that. I was just like, what the fuck? Why am I doing this? And then I had to go around collecting something, and I had to bring it back to this person in this little village. The same thing with fucking Grand Theft Auto. You have to like do so many fucking side missions and stuff like that. It's just like, I remember in GTA San Andreas, you had to, your boys in the hood. You had to bring some, what fucking, you had to go to some dude's crib or whatever, and you had to bring something back. I forgot. I haven't played the game in years. I forgot. But I really like it. These games are overrated as fuck. Like, seriously, any game that fucking takes too long, and you have to like free roam around it and go through all these like do all these side missions and side quests and whatever, and you have to like you go bring this to that person and whatever, all this shit. It's like any game like that that has shit like that is fucking stupid. I hate games like that. I fucking hate RPGs. I fucking hate sandbox games. I fucking hate any games like that. Number two, the series is fucking ghetto as hell. The entire series is ghetto as hell. It's like too fucking urban. It's just like you might as well live in New York if you're gonna play a game like GTA. Every single game, like I don't even remember the characters' names, but I remember in I think it was Gay Tony or something like that in GTA 4. I was like, wow, these motherfuckers are like so cheesy. It's like these motherfuckers. And San Andreas was terrible. Carl Johnson was just a ghetto piece of shit. He was a ghetto thug idiot. He hung around a bunch of ghetto thug idiots. I just remember that about San Andreas. The series in general looks like it's so fucking ghetto. Like, literally, if it's I hate anything that's ghetto, and this includes video games. All right, this includes neighborhoods, this includes people, this includes video games as well. Anything that's ghetto fucking sucks. I don't give a shit. I don't care if I offended anybody. Go fuck yourself. I hate ghetto culture. I hate urban culture. Anything that's urban, that's like too urban, is fucking. It's a piece of shit to me. I don't care. I hate it. I don't like it. Um, it's just like the series just has nothing I'm interested. It's like literally like I've seen reviews on some of these games because I really wanted to find out like what is this series really about aside from like going on missions and trying to get money and stuff like that, all the typical shit. These movies are like a hood movie or something like that. If you want to play Grand Theft Auto, you might as well just watch like a hood movie or something, or just watch like Scarface or The Godfather or Goodfellas or something like that, man. You just watch like a mob movie or like a crime movie or something. It's just like that, man. It's just like, man, I have no interest in fiction like that. Anything that has to do with like urban warfare or like crime or anything like that, mobsters, thugs, gangs, all, I have no interest in it. So therefore, I have no interest in Grand Theft Auto. But I just really hate games. But what really pisses me off is the fanboys. The fanboys of GTA are like just as bad as the RPG nerds. And these motherfuckers, like, this fucking series is so overrated by everyone. And I mean everyone and their mother overrates this fucking series. And it's just, to me, it's fucking bullshit. It's like, holy crap, like, seriously. It it gets old, like stealing cars and stuff like that, beating up prostitutes and hookers. Like seriously, just if you want to do shit like that, move to the Bronx and do that shit. Move to Detroit, move to Chicago. It's like fuck. I know people are gonna be like, oh well, it's a game. We're not supposed to do it in real life. Yes, I know. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could. Not that you should, but it's like, dude, you're simulating real life here. That's another thing about Grand Theft Auto that I don't like. It's like it's too much like real life. Obviously, you can't do a lot of the shit that you do in the game in real life. It's not possible. I mean, you'll get arrested and you'll be fucked. But it's just like, and I'm not trying to sound like that idiot Jack Thompson, who's another conservative nutcase. He's a fucking toolbox. But honestly, I would never let my kids play Grand Theft Auto simply because it just promotes a lifestyle that's fucking stupid. It's like letting them listen to rap and hip hop music, or making them watch all these mobster movies like Scarface and The Godfather and all this other bullshit. Man, it's like fuck, man. To me, that's not art. That's not art. That's not art. That's just urban typical bullshit. That's not art. That does not come close to being art. I don't care what anyone says, it's not art. It's like, literally, it's not. It's just, it's like whatever. It's just, and I've never played like Vice City or 5. GTA 5 gets so much shit. And I heard like, oh, you get so much shit because you could fucking fly a plane now or some shit. And like, oh, the graphics are better and has like an online feature or something. That's another video I can do in the future. How online gaming has ruined gaming. And yes, it has ruined gaming. But I'm not going to talk about it in this video. If you want to find that out, I'm going to upload a video later about why I think online gaming, specifically Xbox Live, because it's the most overrated online service in the history of mankind. It's more overrated than iTunes, Netflix, anything. It's the most Xbox Live is so fucking overrated. It's not even funny. But moving on back to GTA. Like I heard it had an online mode. GTA 5 had an online mode, and it was just like, I don't give a shit. And the one thing that really pissed me off, and this is gonna be a funny story because I told one of my friends this, and he even agreed, and he thought it was really fucking stupid. GTA San Andreas's hot coffee mod, where they basically ban the earlier versions of the game, the earlier versions of San Andreas, because of nudity at that strip bar or something like that. You could see. Here's my thing about it. GTA San Andreas had the shittiest graphics. If there's one thing I remember about that game, it had the shittiest fucking graphics ever. I'm talking, it looked like a PS1 game. Everything was so pixelated. The bodies were all blocky and shit. I'm like, this game has shitty graphics. Why the fuck do you even care if a nipple, a pixelated nipple, slips out? Oh, it's a pixelated hooker's nipple. Oh my god, it's gonna scar the children for life. Oh, big fucking whoop. God of War has fucking nipples. Alright? I'm glad God of War didn't get banned, but still, like, this shit is so fucking stupid. Like, and I hate GTA. I hate San Andreas. I think it's a piece of shit. It's a ghetto, thugged out piece of shit, overrated, most overrated game of all time. The most overrated game on the PlayStation 2. So many better games on the PS2, aside from this piece of shit. I could think, like, so many. Devil May Cry 3. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Metal Gear Solid 3, that's a better game. Snake Eater, that's a better game. Fucking, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. SmackDown versus Raw 2006. Tony Hawk. Like, there's so many games I could think of on the PS2. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. And that game has shitty graphics too, but it was awesome. I was like, dude, we need a sequel to Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks with way better graphics. That game was so fucking awesome, man. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. There's so many great games for the PS2, and I'm like, this piece of shit, San Andreas. You got God of War 1 and 2, and San Andreas is the best game on the PS2. That's the best game to you people. Get the fuck out of here. You have shitty taste. You have shitty, ghetto, pathetic standards and taste. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's an overrated piece of shit. I'd rather play God of War 2. I'd rather play Devil May Cry 3. There's so many other games, man. Like Silent Hill 2, and I hated Silent Hill 2 because of fucking Pyramid Head. That motherfucker, I had no idea you weren't supposed to beat him in the game. Had so much fucking trouble as a kid playing that fucking game. Hate Silent Hill 2 and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis are some of my worst moments in gaming, because I hated how Nemesis just kept fucking chasing you in every single room you went into. I'm playing as a fucking hot-ass Jill Valentine. Jill Valentine was so fucking hot in that game. She had the coolest wardrobe, too. She was like a badass. She was way better than Lara Croft, especially in Resident Evil 3, Nemesis. But I hated that game, though, because of Nemesis and Carlos. Carlos is the most overrated Resident Evil character of all time. And I know I'm getting off topic. Let me get back to Grand Theft Auto. I just wanted to get my 2 cents out there. Fuck it. If you don't like it, too bad. But yeah, GTA is the most overrated franchise ever. In gaming, ever. It's more overrated than Madden. It's more overrated than Call of Duty. It's more overrated than Final Fantasy. It's more overrated than Halo. Even though JRPGs are the most overrated genre in general, I would argue Grand Theft Auto is more overrated than Call of Duty. Because there's a lot of people that actually call out Call of Duty for just being, a bland shooter with no good storyline, no good single player campaign, and it's basically only played for the multiplayer. But people always give GTA a pass. Everyone's got it's their little ghetto guilty pleasure. Grand Theft Auto is like a ghetto guilty pleasure for like most people. It's seriously, this shit is like overrated. It's their little urban fucking guilty pleasure. Like seriously, I don't know how this series got so fucking overrated. Oh, because you can beat up hookers, you can steal cars and shit. That shit gets old. That shit gets old after a while, man. Seriously. You're literally still talking about shit like that. Like when I first played Grand Theft Auto 3, stealing cars and stuff, it was cool. It was cool, beating up people, random people on the street and shit. And then when you actually try to play the game and you find out, wow, this is boring as hell. I found that out. It was boring as hell. All GTA 3, San Andreas. I never played Vice City, so I can't comment. But I have a huge feeling it's probably the same thing. It's Grand Theft Auto, for fuck's sakes. So it's most likely the same shit. So I don't care. It is what it is. The series is overrated as fuck. I hate sandbox games. I prefer linear games, minus Batman Arkham City, minus, like, if you want to call the old school Resident Evil games, old school Silent Hill games. Those were a little more open. They weren't as linear, but still, like, I prefer linear games. I'm old school. I don't care. I prefer linear games. That's one of the reasons why I prefer 2D Mario over 3D Mario. And yes, I did enjoy Super Mario 64. Love the game. But it doesn't beat 2D Mario for me. 2D Mario is where it's at. I even hated the adventure fields in Sonic Adventure. I was like, dude, just let me get to the next level. I don't give a fuck about all this. Give me a cutscene and just take me to the next level. I don't feel like going all over fucking Station Square and shit like that. I mean, in Resident Evil, it's one thing. If I'm going through like Raccoon City, or I'm going through like the mansion or something like that, it's one thing, because it's a survival horror game. But it's just like, fuck, when I'm old school. I just prefer the old school beat 'em ups, side scrollers and stuff like that. Even in games like, the Metroidvanias, the Castlevanias, Metroids, Mega Man X and stuff like that. There's, you get more, you get more leg room and stuff like that. There's more to explore, but still, it's not like fucking GTA or Oblivion or something, or like all these games is just like, oh, you gotta go every fucking where. You gotta look for everything. Every fucking thing. I ain't got time for all that shit. I'm not into that fucking shit. I don't care. So yeah, it's just, fuck it, man. I don't give a shit. But yeah, GTA is just, it's, man. I would rather play, I honestly, and I hate to say this, I would rather play Final Fantasy VII over Grand Theft Auto, simply because at least the characters in Final Fantasy, from Sephiroth to Cloud, Strife, and it's like, at least those characters don't piss me off like the GTA characters do. I'm literally like, I'm looking at you, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That was a ghetto piece of shit. Fuck that game. Like, all these cheesy urban characters, I'm like, fuck this, man. This reminds me of living in New York, man. I don't want a video game that's gonna remind me of living in New York City, in a fucking urban piece of shit, ghetto piece of shit. I don't want a fucking video game to do that. I don't want anything that's like too realistic like that. Seriously. I want to escape reality when I'm playing a fucking video game. The only time I don't really want to escape reality is when I'm playing like a wrestling game. A wrestling game. And even then, I want to escape reality with that. I want to go back to the Attitude Era when I'm playing those games. I want crazy shit going on. I want to put people through flaming tables. I want to pretend like this is WrestleMania 17 and I'm fucking spearing Jeff Hardy off the fucking ladder and shit, doing Stone Cold Stunners to everybody in the game, just kicking ass. The fuck all this PG shit. But yeah, you get what I mean. You get the point. You watch this video, you get the point. You get the point, okay? You got it. This is basically what I mean. This is basically what I'm talking about. I don't, it's, again, GTA is something I would never let my kid play. If I ever have children, that is. Because I'm really on the fence of having children with this shitty generation. The way society is going. We got this fucking Ebola virus and stuff like that. We got all these people around here with bad taste, fucking horrible taste, trying to shove shitty opinions down your throat. I don't want my kid growing up in a society like this. It's pathetic. All this politically correct bullshit, it's pathetic. Like, literally, people need to get better taste. It's like, people have bad taste nowadays. Obviously, man, when people think Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is the best PS2 game, it's quite evident that people have shitty, retarded, ghetto, urban, bowel movement, Boricua, Negro taste. It's fucking fake Scarface, fake Guido taste. Fake, oh, hey, what's up? Hey, fuck your taste. All this shit, man. Fuck it. It's like, oh, hey, what's a happen with you? Hey, you got my money? You got my money? That's what Grand Theft Auto is like. It's a piece of shit, man. It's gay. It's fucking ghetto urban bullshit, man. It's fucking stupid. Overrated as fuck. Over fucking rated. God damn. It's like seriously, oh, you could steal a car, you could get like a jump pack and stuff like that. It's like, who cares? It's like in a shitty game that I don't care about. Like, I don't, whatever. Like, it's whatever, man. I don't care about Grand Theft Auto. Fuck Grand Theft Auto.